Something in the sky is ticking. A giant star, bigger than anything in our solar system, is dying. And when it finally explodes, it'll be so bright. We'll see it in the daytime with the naked eye. It sounds dramatic, maybe even dangerous, but is it? Let's take a closer look at Betelgeuse and what really happens when a star is about to go supernova. Imagine looking up at Orion's shoulder and seeing one of its stars shine as bright as the moon in broad daylight. That's what astronomers predict for Betelgeuse, an iconic red supergiant roughly 700 light-years away and nearing the end of its life. This star, Alpha Orionis, is a colossal object about 700 times the Sun's diameter and roughly 15 times its mass. If Betelgeuse replaced our Sun, it would engulf Jupiter's orbit. Despite a relatively cool surface, 3,300 degrees Celsius, its enormous size makes it blaze with the light of some 10,000 suns, usually placing it among the top 10 brightest stars we see. NASA even calls Betelgeuse one of the brightest stars in the night sky, and one of the largest stars ever discovered. As a red supergiant, Betelgeuse is literally in the twilight of its life, which is why astronomers are so eager to watch its next moves. The star really made headlines in late 2019 when Betelgeuse unexpectedly dimmed a lot, down to about a quarter of its usual brightness. At first, people joked that it might be going supernova, but follow-up studies painted a different picture. NASA's Hubble telescope and others observed that Betelgeuse had ejected a huge plume of hot gas, which cooled into a dust cloud. That dust then partly obscured the star, making it look much fainter. Phil Plett explained it this way: Betelgeuse basically ejected a cloud of gas, and then dust condensed in the cloud, blocking the star's surface from our view. By mid-2020, the dust had dispersed and Betelgeuse had brightened again, returning to its normal glow. When Betelgeuse finally does blow, it will outshine almost everything in the sky. Modern telescopes catch dozens of supernovae each night, but almost all are so distant that we need instruments to see them. Betelgeuse's supernova would be different. At only about 650 light-years away, it would appear about as bright as the full moon and even be visible in the daytime, except that it will be concentrated in a single point. For perhaps 2 months it could be so bright that you could read a book by its light. That's not idle hype. The last Milky Way supernova, in 1604, was bright enough to appear in the day sky for about 3 weeks. Betelgeuse's eventual blast should be similar in brightness and duration. For Earth sky watchers, this would be a once-in-a-lifetime celestial fireworks show. As for when this might happen, astronomers still aren't sure. Most think Betelgeuse is in a long helium-burning phase lasting tens of thousands of years, meaning an explosion is not imminent. A recent Space.com article examined a model suggesting Betelgeuse might already be burning carbon, which would put its death timeline closer. That study found the star could exhaust its core carbon in a few centuries and explode a few decades later. However, most experts caution that this is highly speculative. As Phil Plett puts it, Betelgeuse is unlikely to go supernova on us for 100,000 years or so. Should you be worried? Absolutely not. Betelgeuse sits around 650 to 700 light-years away, well outside any dangerous range. Scientists estimate you have to be within roughly 100 to 160 light-years to feel a supernova's harmful effects. So Betelgeuse is far too distant to hurt us. It's purely a visual treat. So keep looking up at Orion and enjoy the glow of the giant Betelgeuse while it's there.